Today I'm going to tell you about the 5 mistakes you make when doing push-ups. Let's go! The first mistake is this one. And yes, it's the position of your gaze. Your gaze is super important in push-ups. Notice how much the shape of my push-up changes if I stick my head out too much or tuck my head in too much. They're completely different, right? Well, neither of them is correct. For a proper push-up, you need to find a middle point. Let's place a spot more or less here, a little in front of your hands, and keep your gaze steady so your neck stays relaxed while lowering yourself and performing the push-up correctly. The second mistake you're making is doing push-ups like this. And like this, you look like a goose. And that's not even the worst part. The worst part is that if you do this type of push-up a lot, with your elbows very far away from your body and flared out to the sides, you could eventually develop discomfort or a possible shoulder injury. But don't worry, fixing it is very simple. We start from this initial position, and what you need to understand is that your elbows should stay close to your body while performing external shoulder rotation. Once you understand that, lower yourself while keeping your elbows as close as possible. At first, don't worry. If you do them like this, just move slightly, bring your elbows in a little, and progress very gradually until you can finally keep them as close as possible. The third mistake you might be making is the placement of your hands and the position of your shoulder blades. Pay close attention. To perform a push-up correctly, we need to use a hand width equal to the width of our shoulders, okay? To perform the push-up. In other words, if I'm here, I'll be way too wide. If I'm here, I'll be way too narrow. Use roughly the width of your shoulders, place your hands on the floor, and this will be the correct position to work from. Now, the second mistake within this category that you may be making is the position of your shoulder blades, okay? What we need to do in a push-up is avoid retracting them, because otherwise we'll lower ourselves like this, hunched over. But we also shouldn't protract them too much, because then we'll lower ourselves like this, slightly rounded, right? What we need is a neutral middle position, not here and not here. You need to stay here, relaxed, okay? And from this posture, perform your push-ups. The fourth mistake is that you're doing your push-ups without engaging your core. And your core needs to stay active at all times. To do this, I suggest first doing a plank so you understand that we need to keep the core slightly engaged, okay? We don't need to tense up so much that we can't breathe, but we also shouldn't be completely relaxed and let the lower back do too much work. And once you understand that position, now we're going to apply it to our push-up. Tighten a little, not too much and not too relaxed either, just a slightly tighten, and from here, I lower into my push-up. The fifth mistake you might be making is not breathing while doing push-ups. So let's calm down. Let's breathe, let's drink some water so we're fully prepared for the movement. And now, we're going to train our body to perform the following inhalation and exhalation while doing our push-ups. When you're here, I want you to take in air. Inhale, and when we lower ourselves at the point of maximum effort, we exhale. It may sound silly, but you'll see that if you hyperoxygenate your body, you'll be able to apply much more force, and I guarantee you'll increase the total number of push-up repetitions you can do. Try it! I hope you really enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments how many push-ups you can currently do, and tell me which of these mistakes you used to make. Now you know how to fix it. See you in the next video, and let's crush those push-ups.